Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Prince John Internet TV. So, what about purpose? And what about relationships? I'm always elaborating upon my previous philosophies and building upon that because I think it's really possible to I mean, don't you know instinctually that life can be better? Well, I think I'm actually figuring it out, the logic behind that goodness and that betterment. Okay, so purpose means we're we're always where we need to be in order to get what we you know ultimately will make us feel good. And family is eternal. Family is forever. So in other words, that's what must make us feel good. The although it may seem masked by society because there can be individualistic tendencies by people like myself to live, independently of others and just buy food at the store and cook by myself, etc. It's the sense of family that really, it's an energy that creates momentum in society, and I don't think it's that the foundation of society is things like celebrities and new technology and you know achievements, but rather a simple you know tradition of a couple loving each other, which is the base of the family, and resulting from that is just the love. The energy. It's like a frequency that just pervades through the children as they grow up and allows them to be, who they can be, and uh, allows them to be in a mindset of discovery and learning. Now remember, the noble warrior, men and women, prepare patiently for their life partner, while others have boyfriends or girlfriends. And I think this is lukewarm, and suggests a lack of commitment. And and so, how do we navigate this? How do we be happy and not resist the urge to supplement our life with a quick, you know, satisfaction of our physical desires via a short-term relationship? The trick is to realize that there is uncertainty and bewilderment in life. And when I experience these emotions, I'm sure to write them down and not let my thoughts spin around in an insane fashion. And so, people are trying to become happy, but I think they need time to figure out and rediscover, for themselves what that means. And uh, you know, I may try to explain things and suggest that you do the light work, but basically this is like my religious dialogue, my thoughts on lifestyle, and it is not the actual light itself. So I think, in other words, in order to really experience the balance that I think is possible, one has to do this light work. You don't want to have too much work or play. But how do you know when one week you may have to work, 60 hours, and the other week, you know, take a break part of the week? How do you know how to do that? It's tricky. Um, I'm in a position to really make some discoveries and figure out society in a kind of playful and you know investigative researcher fashion, instead of having to um, work a regular job and just repeat the same thing. I think it's important for people to discover that they can learn a lot of things and do a lot of things, and perhaps in society that is what we will experience in the future. People doing one job one week, then another the next, to have an enjoyment of variety and live in different places, very possibly. You know, it's it's like really become cosmopolitan, really become global members of the global village. I mean, how cool would that be? The future of the world will be remarkable, but we have to include everyone in the picture and educate those who, are overpopulating their communities with children, when in reality, the less children, is what is sustainable based upon the food and resources they have, and kind of separate the intimate relationship of a couple from the nature of reproduction, because reproduction is something that's just a biological necessity. But bedroom time for a couple is supposed to be something between them and them only, and that love is not to be shared with anyone else. It's sacred. Um, Basically, let's aim for joy. Let's think that ultimately, you are your authority. Don't call somebody a pastor or king or mother or father. This gives them authority over you. You may need that if you're not financially independent, but in order to reach true freedom and security, it's the trick is to combine the elements of finance. I mean, we're in the modern financial world, and with that in mind, it could be very possible to live a lifestyle of going from place to place. So, remember that faith is what stabilizes humanity, because faith is what creates momentum. Your mindset, your belief system. You let it go beyond temporary physical things, which are just time and space. You're not time and space. You are pure light. So try doing that light work. And another thought: why not kill off any animals that kill humans, like sharks and wolves, etc. Something to think about. Okay, any other thoughts here? Um, Another thought for elderly couples. Remember, you can experience the same ecstatic bliss as a young and more youthful couple. And so, in order to do this, you need to focus on physical attraction. And, that may include dimming the lights because your bodies don't look like they once did. And just erotic massage, I believe, is really, when one person is completely experiencing it. And here's a final thought. I think the reason women aren't so inclined to stay at home and do work in the kitchen and child rearing, which is absolutely a necessary thing, which can't be, somebody has to do it, either the man or the woman, or they have to hire somebody else to do it. Which is possible, if one person's cooking for 20 people and one teacher is, monitoring 10 children. I think that's better than the other alternative of. But the bottom line is, in order to trust each other, and trust, you know, there are exceptions in which some men prefer to be the receptive and submissive ones, women be the breadwinner, dominant ones. Religions are best with polarity involved, and I think that ultimately you can, with proper communication, roles can be interchanged in theory, but the bottom line is, let's establish trust with each other, and that involves going beyond things like a lukewarm religion, such as people who pretend to be like somewhat Christian, and yet there's like there's a homophobic quote unquote supernatural God, and a quote unquote Messiah figure who seems to be asexual, which is a very questionable thing as far as I'm concerned. Point being, let's go beyond the contradiction and enter into truth in our lives, so that that truth can set us free. This is Prince John Internet TV. I will see you next time. Aloha.